Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8. And today I'm doing, once again, a multiplayer protest of the car you see on the screen right now, which is the Pagani Huayra BC. But this time I'm doing this test because this car is currently available for you to purchase for tokens. And you might be wondering, hey DBT, is this a car that I should be spending my tokens on? Is it worth it? Is it even good? Well, we're gonna try to find out. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, it helps, it's free, why not? And also press the hype button because hey, why not? Now, as I just mentioned, this car is currently available to purchase for tokens at a price of 8,000 tokens, which is obviously quite a bit, but considering that this is a Class S car, you might be thinking, yeah, you know, this might be worth it. However, of course, there's something more important when it comes to this car, that being the Sportline function. Now, this is a whole system in which you can make the car even stronger at a rank of 1865, but you have to use a lot of resources to do it, so on and so forth. I'm not doing that on this video. Instead, I'm gonna test it in its natural state with its regular stats, and let me activate some boosters so you can see the tuning kit. And there it is, fantastic. So, we got a Class S car of a rank of 1860 flat, which is the baseline for Class S, and here are the stats with the tuning kit. However, as I always say, this doesn't tell us a whole lot of anything when it comes to the performance of the car, other than the top speed plus nitro is gonna be average for the rank. So instead, the way to know how this performs is, of course, to play with it. Now, full disclaimer over here, I'm doing this quote-unquote protest. Well, it is a protest, but it's a little bit simpler because I'm doing it in Master Season. I haven't ranked up enough to actually play with this car in Classic, but over here in Master Season, because now there are better rewards, you see a lot more people playing here and more competitively, whereas before it was actually a lot more chill, but hey, it's fine. At least it works to test these cars. However, what this means is that we're going to also be encountering a bunch of cars that are way underranked compared to the cars that I'm going to be driving myself. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So the only ones that is worth paying attention to is going to be how does this car compare against the other Class S cars. But yeah, alright, so at the start of this video I did say that I'm doing the protest, oh Jesus Christ, once again, because actually this is, I believe, the third time that I do a protest on this car. I did one like almost 4 years ago, the very first one I did. Then I revisited this car in 2024, but it was like in May or something. So we're actually approaching 2 years since I made the last protest on this car. So, you know, it's fine to test it once again. Not that it has changed in any way, shape, or form since then. It's still the same car with the same stats. Obviously, by now we have the Sportline system in which you can make this car stronger and all of that. But like I said just a minute ago, that's not what we're focusing on today. We're just gonna drive it in its base form, for the sake of seeing, well, how does this car perform if you don't Sportline it. And oh boy, we're gonna get more into the Sportline topic in a little bit, but for now, on the very first race that we're doing over here, I'm gonna get a third place, which is actually not too bad. But let me see what I was racing against. Definitely the two cars that beat me were Class S, but let's see. It was a Musler Super GT Sportline and a Senna GTR, which is a very strong Class S car. Anyway, I did beat a 110, a Batista, a Temerario, CCXR, and the rest are underranked or unboosted. Now, it is definitely interesting to me to be playing again with this car because it really has been a long time since I have driven it to any significant degree. I probably have brought it a couple of times in from the player and all of that, but that's just a couple of races. But to sit and play with this car for a number of races, you know, that has been a while since I've done that last. So yes, it's kind of cool to revisit it because this car has a very, very unique, not fully unique. I do imagine there's other cars that have the same engine sound, but it is a very rare one. You don't hear it very often at all. And let me mute the music so you can hear it. Huh? That is interesting, isn't it? I certainly think so. Why don't you let me know in the comments what other cars also have the same engine sound in this game, because I'm curious about it. But yeah, this is a rare one. You don't hear a lot of cars with it, and I don't know, it's kind of cool. In a game where you hear the Lamborghini V12 in so many cars, hearing this one, it's interesting. I like the variety, and I got another third place. So if I beat any of the Huayra BCs that were Sportline, that would be kind of fun. I did, look at that. Okay, so I got beaten by a Hennessy Venom, F5 and a McLaren Senna GTR, but I did beat two to Huayra BC Sportline. Granted, this one wasn't boosted, but hey, I did beat this one, so that makes me happy. Regular Pagani Huayra beating the... Well, regular Pagani Huayra BC beating the Sportline. You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, sure. Now, in me saying that it is interesting to revisit this car, that is not me saying that this car is actually very good, because it isn't. Now, it's not a terrible car either, but it's certainly not one that you're gonna be like, wow, this car performs amazing. Because when it comes just like in general terms of the car, the nitro in this car is very much mid. It's very mid nitro, nothing amazing, nothing terrible, but the acceleration, it certainly leaves a lot to be desired. It's not the worst out there either, but it certainly is not very good. So yeah, this is not an insane performer in Class S. Once again, oh Jesus, oh my god, that car bad. No, I'm fine. I got saved by that yellow car, whatever it was, but then I still got pushed and, well, RIP me. Nah, it's fine. This is what happens when there's so many players in a race. Messes happen, and it doesn't matter even if you're driving the best car. This random nonsense can happen, and it ruins your race. It's fine. Whatever. What was I saying? Whatever I was saying was probably very true and very wise as well, but I already forgotten, so yay for that. Someone just got RIP'd over there, so let's go with a triple tap over here and wait up, wait up, wait up. That's gonna be a second place, baby, which is not a first place, but it's still pretty good. What happened? Where was the first place? Didn't see it. I mean, probably didn't crash, so it's fine. Yeah, Bugatti Bolide Sportline as well, so oof. But I did get a second place beating a bunch of things, so hey, I'll take it. Ooh, orbital loop. I mean, orbital loop. Let's see if we can do something decent over here. It is definitely on my wish list for this video to get at least one W, proper W with this car. Whether or not that's gonna happen, but you know, who knows? But I shall try nonetheless, and this is a track where I tend to do relatively right, so let's hope for the best over here. But yeah, I think it's no surprise that by now you see so many Sportline cars nowadays. And of course, they're quite strong. People want to get W, so they're going to be using the strong cars. But precisely that is a bit of a point related to the Sportlines, that's something I don't know that I want to do. RIP to that dude. When it comes to my cars. Because you know how DVT is. I am contrarian in many ways, including driving the most powerful cars in the game. I do have the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, and yet you don't really ever see me driving that thing because I don't feel good driving it. If I beat a bunch of people, then I feel like, well, of course I'm gonna beat a bunch of people because I'm driving an incredibly powerful car. And if I lose to a bunch of people, I'm like, man, not even with that really good car I can do decently. So to me, it's not fun at all. And that is basically by extension the same situation with the Sportline cars. I just, ooh, RIP to that dude. Hold up, let me focus over here. I got this, come on. Just don't mess it up, DVT, don't mess it up, because this is going to be a... Oh, beautiful. What did I say about our orbital loop? I'm telling you, I somehow happen to do quite alright in this map often enough. But yeah, alright, defeating a bunch of things. Very nice. But now it's time for a spiral drift test, and let's see how this thing drifts. So, let's get in position, and here we go. Oh, look at that. That's very nice. All right, that felt good. All right, let's do a second attempt over here, and here we go. Yeah, all right, that drift feels pretty comfortable. Not the best drift out there, but it certainly is not bad. Now, I'm testing it in the opposite direction, because you know I always do this, even though I say, what the f***? What? I just found a landmine. Nice. As I was saying, it always feels assisted on this side because you're drifting downhill, so you get to keep more speed, but still, it's fine. But yeah, we found out that this car goes for landmines. Great. Okay, here we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. No problemo at all. Yeah, the drift is good. Not really, really good, but pretty good nonetheless. Of course, we're also doing the time to wall test. This Apollo IE doesn't get too much in the way, but eventually does. So I need to steer a little bit away from him. Tiny bit there. But all right, that is relatively clean. Relatively clean. I just don't want to spend half hour trying to look for a car that doesn't get in the way because, man, these loading times are ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about. You guys have also commented in the videos where I've been complaining about this, so I know you're experiencing the same. But yeah, it is very annoying. And that's why I prefer to do this test in Gates Drift where there's no opponents. So it's a perfectly clean time from the start to the wall, even though the time is counting down, but you know, it's fine. It works still. Now, before going any further, let's have a look at the colors available for the car because it does have its 8 colors. The first one is the one you saw at the start of this video. In red is the default one, although this is kind of broken. Do you see how the lines over here in the middle are not rendered properly? Yeah, this has been like this for a very, very long time, but well, it is what it is. You also saw it in black during the drift test and in silver during the acceleration test. However, there are other colors like we got it in yellow, we got it in blue, we got it in this creamy color that is very similar to that of the Utopia. We got it also in green, and of course, there's also orange. Look at this thing. It do be beautiful. There's also some Halloween decals for this car that I don't know when they were originally available, but now you can still buy them for vouchers if you want to spend money on that. There's this, there's that, this one as well, this, and finally there's the Sportline livery, which obviously it's acquired once you Sportline the car, which I actually do think it looks kind of dope. While I don't like cars in black, I do like how the Sportline adds these lines, these lines, but it does make it look kind of dope. But yeah, that is for when you Sportline the car. For now, let's just get back into the races. And listen, I know what you're thinking. DBT, did you just paint your car orange? Maybe. Nope. Actually, no. I didn't paint it orange this time. DBT changing it. No, I painted it yellow because I do think it looks pretty dope. And while I love the car in orange, in the last protest that I did of this car a couple years ago, it wasn't in orange, so I thought, hey, let's drive it in a different color. Besides, the yellow goes well with my overall outfit for the DBT hoodie and all of that, so yes. Oh, wow, I stumbled. Wow, what the? Okay, no, it's fine. Calculated. I wanted to do all of this stuff. Absolutely. You think I made a mistake, but the reality is that it was a very carefully thought out plan to get behind this guy in second place because of a very cool move you will see later on in which he pushes me against the wall and I get to call him out for being a 30 player. Now really that looked more like V-Sync, but whatever. But yeah, anyway, one thing that I didn't get to mention about the performance of this car is that the handling of it's actually surprisingly good. Now, maybe not the best handling out there, but it certainly is a car that feels very responsive when you are just steering it. So you have some pretty good handling with some decently good drift. Yeah, it's a fun one. And like I said, the Nitro is nothing to write home about, but at the same time, it's not bad by any means. So it's not a car that is going to make you struggle a lot with like, oh my god, it's running out of Nitro so quickly. No, it'll be fine. You'll be fine with this. Don't worry too much about it. But alright, let's see if this Nitro is going to hold out to be able to beat that guy in second place. Because hopefully he's going to run out. It's a Batista. I don't remember. The Nitro on the Batista is strong, isn't it? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Well, that was actually the cool move that I wanted to show you that I told you was planned. No, it wasn't, but okay. I got the second place anyway. I legit didn't mean to knock him down. I was just wondering, is he going to have enough Nitro? And then suddenly he slowed down a lot because he ran out of Nitro and there was that. All right, no wonder why we were the top 3. Nobody else had boosters, or everyone else was also underranked. Oof. Now, coming back to the point that I was trying to mention a little bit earlier when I got distracted in orbital loop because I actually got a W, I wanted to talk about the situation with the Sportline for this car and whether or not I'm gonna be Sportlining it. And it's a bit of a complicated topic when it comes to my personal preferences because I am very special when it comes to the cars that I like driving. As you may know, I really don't like driving spam cars. I don't like driving king cars. I don't like driving any of that. Not because they're bad. Obviously, what the frog was that? Anyway, not because they're bad. Obviously not. The idea is that they're pretty good cars. That, oh my f***ing god, they're pretty strong and that's why they're spam. But I just don't like using the cars that everybody else uses. It's boring to me. I always like bringing cars that are a little bit more rare. Maybe they're underdogs and all of that stuff. That is more fun to me. And this car, the Pagani Huayra BC, having the option to Sportline it, well, I think the majority of players should Sportline their car for the sake of having a very strong car in their garage. But for me, if I were to ever Sportline this car, that would be a car that I would never get to drive again other than for specific videos to test it out and no more. Never again would I drive this car just for fun. Not that I drive it often for fun, but you know what I'm saying, right? And that is the same case with the Muscle Super GT and way worse for the Bugatti Bolide. Because I understand that the Bugatti Bolide straight up becomes one of the best cars in the entire game once you Sportline it. But I don't want to do it, because if I do that, I will never want to drive the Bolide again. And that is a car that I do bring from time to time because I love the look of that car. So that's why I am a bit conflicted as to which car should I Sportline. I don't know, it's either this or the Muscle, but I'll have to figure it out over time. I just don't want to have a Sportline Bolide, because that to me is just kind of meh. But anyway, actually, come to think about it, we hadn't done a kind of race. No, have we? I don't know. Anyway, if you're thinking, DBT, should I buy this car for the 8,000 tokens that it's on sale for right now? Is it worth it? Well, it depends. If you're thinking that you want to eventually Sportline the car, you should absolutely 100% buy this car if you have the tokens for it. Because again, once you Sportline, the car becomes a really powerful car. However, if that is not in your car just yet, yeah, this car in the regular performance at Pro is not insanely amazing. It's not bad either. It's a very mid car. It has bad acceleration, not terrible, but certainly not good. It has mid nitro, not great, not terrible either. The handling is pretty good and the drift is quite usable, but it's certainly not a car that is going to be winning you a ton of races just out of sheer performance, much less now that you encounter a lot of sport lines and things like that. Overall, it's just okay. And I got a third place once again, so hey, the results have been quite mixed over here, but it does show that the car is not necessarily something that is going to be completely uncompetitive, but it's not something that is overpowered either. So it's gonna depend a lot in your case. If you have the resources to Sportline the car, you think you're gonna have all of the resources to eventually do it, then go right ahead and buy it while it's there, because it's not a car that is always available to purchase for tokens. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, you know how that works. If you wanna get a heart and a pin, Jesus Christ, why can I not speak today? The key phrase for today is going to be, any day that the non-Sportline car beats its Sportline counterpart, it's a good day. You know, related to the whole thing of the whatever. First person to post it gets a hard opinion and all of that good stuff. Thank you for watching. See you next one. Bye-bye.